the planet, already GM and making very excellent use of the new Terran units in Heart of the Swarm, I give you none other than Empire BeastyQT. I'm sorry, let me go ahead and close their stream real quick. It's actually distracting me a bit. And re-cue the epic music. We need this. And in the upper left-hand corner, spawning as our Protoss in the red trunks, I give you a strong contender in the Battle.net World Championships, the Neo TV Star League, 4th place winner, and our world's 3rd best Protoss player. It's none other than Invictus Gaming's Macsed. Empire BeastyQT being the first non-Chinese, non-Asian, and non-Australian, to the best of my knowledge, to participate in this tournament. He's hailing from Serbia, I believe, to play this game. And, of course, IG Macsed, strong performance abroad, GSL, and I believe the IPL as well. Definitely showing through. He's made it far in this tournament. And I just don't know what else to say. I'm basically speechless. My voice has basically been screwed over by the past few games I've been casting. I didn't think we were actually going to do any more casting because the previous events actually concluded at about 9 o'clock in the morning where I live. It's alright though, I don't have class until 4:30 today. Of course, that's the traditional play that we always see from Empire BeastyQT, throwing down a supply depot stub, if you will, letting that SCV finish the barracks and then go on to finish the supply depot. No supply blocks, no cost or anything like that. The only regret I have about casting this is I'm not there in person, and 2, this is an offline event. Or this is an online event, excuse me. There's no huge studio that this takes place in. Probably uses some of the Cooler Master technology, Cooler Master Storm's, what do you call it, studio, if you will. Maybe an office somewhere in TESL Studios in Taipei. I'm not entirely certain. But I'm certainly honored to be here and casting these 2 players. Please excuse me for any hiccups in my casting. We have a factory going down somewhere, but I didn't... Oh, here we go. Sneaky, sneaky. Right? I know it means Tower Cup Shell, or Tower Shell Cup, but those 2 characters, if you pay attention to the romanization, it says Beta. Now, what we do need to see from Macsed is we need to see him open up his eyes just a little bit more, and oh my god, there's no reason. It's too late. He's not going to see this factory pick up and land in his main. This could cost him a lot of economy, especially if the first thing to get cranked out. The question is, will the first thing that gets cranked out be a Widow Mine? Hellbats can also do a lot of damage, and it is a Widow Mine indeed. Macsed needs to really get a pylon over there ASAP. The only reason why he would do that is to make sure to prevent later medevac drops. But I can't stress this enough how critical that 1 Widow Mine will be. If he's on a single base, then that's going to cost him a lot of economy. Even if he pulls probes for just a moment, there it is, the first Widow Mine. It's going to burrow. We see him selecting those workers. He's pulling all of them. Unstable payload goes out and kills how many workers? 7. And we see Empire BeastyQT following this up with 4 barracks. Factory being targeted down, but the question is, will they get the Widow Mine that comes out? It's being redirecting their fire, but they can't get it. Now the factory is basically protected. We need to see Empire BeastyQT pull his probes off the line. No! 2 more fall. And there's a bunker going down here. This reminds me oh so much of Startail Squirtle versus MVP. I am MVP. Recall being called down on this. I'm not sure where the mothership was just now. Thank God it does recall, because that cancels the bunker from going down. And now we just see Empire BeastyQT having to deal with a lot of economic damage, and that's about it. Ouch. The first thing that gets targeted by that one Widow Mine is a probe. Another probe falls. How many probes have fallen this entire game? 12. The economic difference is apparent, but it's not... You know, Macsed isn't that far behind. He actually has 2 bases, so if he can hold with the next assault from his opponent, then he might be in okay shape. Marines over here, but one Marine cannot take on a single... mothership core. So here we go. Macsed playing cautiously. You know, if Idra played Protoss, he would have rage quit already. True that, Toxic Flu, true that. Now, I do want to remark that maybe it would not be, I would say, without reason for Blizzard to kind of cut this edge off of the map, or this edge off. But this is a very deadly composition that I encounter a lot on the ladder as well. Let's get a look at what he's got. There's 1 Widow Mine, 15 Marines, 16, 4 Marauders, and they do have concussive shells. Question is, will he be able to hold here? If that Widow Mine makes it down, that's going to cause a lot of DPS. Or excuse me, not a lot of DPS, but a lot of AoE damage. But fun fact of the day, Immortals, unfortunately, they're hardened shells. They're hardened shields. They're, what do you call them, for frick's sake? Hardened shield does not absorb only 10 damage of an attack. And now SCVs have been pulled. Drop in the main going down. This is actually meant to tax Macsed's abilities as a player who can multitask right now. Okay, 3 Stalkers, 1 Immortal, and it looks like an assault is going to go down in the main. Probes being pulled appropriately. Macsed not oblivious to the Spider Mine, excuse me, the Widow Mine going down in as natural. This does, of course, cost him a little economy. The only question I have to ask is, does Macsed know that a Widow Mine can kill the shields off of a single Immortal? Empire BeastyQT pulling back. Excuse me. I thought it was pulling back. He's waiting for the perfect time to strike with this other medevac drop that he's got. And now here it is. And Assault, you know, it looks like Macsed's basically given up on that natural. He doesn't have enough infrastructure to keep up with his opponent's production. That's the biggest problem. And now Marines and Marauders are running through the mineral line, just destroying all of the money-making probes that we have from Macsed. The natural gets saved. Temporarily. And now everything in the main for Macsed has been unpowered. Ladies and gentlemen, it's only a matter of time until we see Macsed tap out. He does not. He has a pylon. He has 2 pylons going back to repower these buildings, but his economy lies in shambles. Just look at the workers lost, for crying out loud. 30 workers. The Nexus falls in the main. All the probes there are dead. How many probes does he have left? Just 8. Where the hell are they? The main mineral line, 1 Marauder versus 1 Stalker. And now the rest of the Bioforce catches up in the main, and that's GG from Macsed. He's had enough.